Welcome to Dave Talks Some More, the podcast at the intersection of humor and, Hey, I'm your host, Dave, and together we'll explore a riveting world of mundane topics with unparalleled indifference. So get ready for a riveting journey through,
whatever.
This is Dave Talks Some More.
God, it's just such a good intro.
All right.
Really,
Far out.
Far out, man.
Christmas music galore.
I'm just going to tell you, I love the intro, and we're never going to change it. I was thinking about changing it today, and I thought, you can't. Now it's part of the zeitgeist,
I guess,
part of the culture. How you doing, Shawnee boy?
I'm all right.
Did you do anything?
I pretty much rode my bike all weekend.
Rode your bike?
Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot.
We're talking about a motorcycle or just a
mountain
bike?
bike.
A mountain bike.
Yeah.
Did you go mountain biking, or you just riding around the block, riding to the ice cream shop?
I have a route that I typically ride.
Is this competitive, or you just riding around on a bicycle like a 8-year-old boy? No, I'm not denigrating you. I mean, if that
sounds that way, it does. It sounds that way. Yeah.
It could
No, I'm
be,
not just
it could be kind of
strolling
fun.
through the neighborhood.
It's okay.
I'm got my.
There's no shame in riding your bicycle around the neighborhood, Sean.
I'm not just pedaling around. No,
What are you doing?
I'm actually riding.
I mean,
working out.
You're
riding.
a grown man. If you just want to ride your bicycle around,
I'm not doing that.
But
There
you're
we
not.
go.
You're acting like that's a shameful thing.
No, I'm not. I'm just
Okay.
saying, no, that's not what I was doing. I'm actually riding. As a matter of fact, I recorded my fastest pace ever. I beat my fastest pace that I had set previously in 2018. So I'm in pretty good shape right now.
So if you got a competition coming up, is it, you putting this to any good use, or just burning some calories, getting some exercise, and that's it?
Just trying to be in the best shape I can be in.
Well, there you go. Good for you.
How's it coming with you, Dave?
Well, I wouldn't have mentioned it, but you brought it up. But my niece is
you did.
yeah, she's a competitive weightlifter, and her husband of about a year now, I guess a little over a year, is also a competitive weightlifter. So I go over on Sunday mornings and, do like powerlifting and stuff like that. So every Sunday morning they just beat the hell out of me. So I'm walking like Elvis every Sunday night. So that's how I'm doing.
Well, good.
So yeah, it's better than nothing. I'm just going to jump right to it. I'm going to figure the chances are that you went to see F1 or Superman to be 0.0%.
I did not watch either one of those, but I did watch two other movies, one being Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about that and saying it's silly, it's fun, it's funny.
Well, I shit on it last week.
Well, you shit on the original.
What? No, just Adam Sandler in general.
Yeah, well, that's so fair. That is so fair. Yes, right.
But I have to say, I was thoroughly enjoyed. I was thoroughly entertained. I completely enjoyed the movie. It was funny. There was some parts that were kind of stupid, but
Right.
it's kind of like you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
But there was some really funny, parts and lines and scenes, and I enjoyed the movie.
I think it's free on Netflix.
Netflix, yeah.
Netflix,
Yes.
yeah.
It was great. It was great.
No, you saw it too, Danny.
Yeah, I did.
Loved it.
March and I watched it.
Okay. Well,
Which is surprising. It was her idea. She was like, "You want to watch the?" And that's like she's a murder person. She loves murder movies.
right.
Comedy is not her thing, and it was
Right.
her idea. We both enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, and I had crapped all over my oldest son. Nick was just like, what wasted an hour and a half, 2 hours of my life watching that terrible movie, and of course I was piling on in our
Right.
family group text. Adam Sandler's terrible, and then I watched it and I was wrong. It was good. I enjoyed it.
I held off on going to the movie theater this week because I thought I got to give Sean time to catch up to get out there and go watch the movies, which the show's almost over now because that's all my notes.
Now,
talking about the 2 movies.
So Sarah and I watched a rom-com last night. My year in Oxford, or my Oxford year. It's out on Netflix. It just came out this weekend, and the premise is this young, recent graduate holds off going to work for as a financial analyst from like Goldman Sachs, and decides to go to school at Oxford, in England. And of course, as you can imagine, some very wealthy, young
God, here we go.
teacher who is working on his doctorate.
He's translating work of 13th century poetry.
Yes. And so Sarah was like, some rom-com meets, I don't know, what was that movie about the poetry with Robin Williams?
Yeah, Dead Poet
Society.
Yeah.
Sarah was like, this is like Dead Poet Society rom-com. But I have to say,
I remember a whole lot of romantic comedy in Dead Poet Society.
I have to say that there were parts of the movie that were just totally predictable and cheesy. I mean, the director was terrible. There was actually some good acting, and there was some good writing. The plot took a very dark and sinister tone.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah,
turn.
Suddenly I'm interested. I'm sitting up. Now I care.
So
tell me about the dark, sinister plot twist.
Well, he has cancer and he's dying.
Oh, of course. I forgot they were teenagers,
and they found out, and she finds out in the middle of the movie after
I like the way Danny's laughing at the character.
And so I my daughter and I, Sydney, she and I have always. I mean, we love movies, but we also will watch silly, stupid rom-coms and make fun of them. Well, anyway, so Sarah and I are watching
every
this.
bingo card is the character got cancer.
Yeah.
Somebody's about to die every time.
So, I mean, not your typical rom-com where, you're marching down the road of someone eventually dying and, falling in love, with a relationship that's essentially going nowhere.
Rewrite the movie where instead of cancer, it's a zombie attack. Is it better? I feel I hadn't even seen it, and I've got a feeling that it's better like that. Or a meteor falls out of the sky and it lands on their car, and now they're trapped because the car won't work, and they're in the middle of nowhere, and winter's coming, and it's a blizzard, and they're just stuck there. Now they have to decide. I mean, I'm already improving your movie.
So like I'll give you an example of why it was some really poor directing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So you have the writing in the movie, and one of the I guess themes of the movie is this relationship run afoul between the young guy and his father, who is this extremely wealthy aristocrat. And his brother had also died of the same genetic form of cancer. They didn't ever get into the specifics of it, right? But it's some rare cancer, and his brother died of it, and now he's dying of it. And the brother fought like hell, take everything he could to, survive. And in the end, he lost. And so the younger guy's like, I'm just going to live my life, and I'm not going to live.
And then I'm going to drop dead. Yeah.
And I'm going to enjoy the remainder of my life.
Right.
Okay. And so he and the dad have this, back and forth. And, it's like dad is angry and resentful and wanting his son to really fight like hell. And the son's just like, Dad, this is my life. Let me make my decisions. I want to spend the rest of my life with the people that I love. Right. So, yet when it comes to his relationship with his girlfriend, he's like, you need to go back to the United States. You don't need to be around me. You don't need to fall in love with me while I'm dying. I'm going to make all the decisions for you because I know what's best for you.
Did that bother you?
It really did. It's like, dude, you're
An inconsistency of character.
absolutely. And I was like, what the hell is this? I mean, this is obviously done by the director to create some sort of tension
Sure.
in the rom-com relationship.
Right.
But the truth of the matter is that if he's going to be true to this principle of living my life and enjoying it with the people that I love in my last few days, wouldn't you want to spend the last few days with the woman that you love instead of kicking her ass out to the United States
Honestly,
because you really care about her? I mean, it's so stupid.
Honestly, Sean, I'm touched that you care so much that you're still a little exercised about it.
Yes. I mean, come on. I mean, use your brain if you're going to direct a movie like this. Sarah and I were like, it had some really good writing. It had quotes from various,
Well,
poets.
I've got bad news for you,
And-
buddy. Autumn's coming, and that
Anyway.
means Hallmark Channel, romantic comedies, with the Apple Cider Festival, and the new veterinarian is coming to town, and he's going to fall in love with the local maple syrup queen. I mean, it's all the same plot every time. It's just different. But it's always, I'm the maple syrup. I'm the veterinarian. I'm the what did you say? I'm taking a year off before I go join Goldman Sachs. Nobody says, yeah, I got to be a stalker at Sam's Club in 6 months. It's never that. No, it's never going to be, I'm working as a mechanic at the local transmission shop. It's always, I've got my appointment to be the diplomat to Iceland or some damn thing.
Well, but I mean, when I say the writing was good, they really did take, certain principles and themes from various poems and like Keats and Shelley and
Sure.
and of course they wrote that into the script, and it's like these poets were telling us how we're supposed to live.
Sure.
And so the characters were like in this, I'm going to really adhere to this philosophy
Live my life.
and live my life
Yes.
according to this tenet. And then all hell just breaks loose, and because they've got to create this stupid,
Well, I mean, they were,
chaos.
yeah. There once was a man from Bombay. I mean, there's so many different poems that they could go with on the Hallmark. Well,
And so I intentionally did not look at Rotten Tomatoes as we were watching it. I
Funny you
waited. I waited until the end.
funny you bring
And
that
so
up.
Sarah and I were like, I go, do you want to see? And she goes, yeah, 28%. And I was like, well, because
That
it
checks
was
out.
it was some really shitty ass directing.
Our screenwriting. I did when
A little
I,
of both, but I mean,
let me ask you this.
there was a lot of promise in the script, but
It could have been a contender. It could have been somebody.
yeah, and they
but
had
it failed.
they did have decent acting.
Well,
in it.
okay. Well, I mean, this is what I was talking about when I was watching the F1 movie, which you're clearly never going to
No,
go see.
I am
I
gonna
give
watch.
up.
I am gonna watch
But
it.
I'm sitting there doing what I always do anytime I'm watching whatever show, which is in my head, I'm rewriting it, and I'm giving notes to the screenwriter. Wouldn't it be better if you ever go see the movie, and we have our show, however many years away that is, I'll give you my notes for F1 and for Superman and all these others. Here's the other thing that you mentioned that I thought was interesting, that you waited until after the show to go to Rotten Tomatoes to see what kind of show it was.
Yes.
I say that's suddenly interesting to me because today I've just acquired my new rule for watching movies. And I'll tell you what the rule is in a minute, but what happened was I'm just messing around on YouTube, and they've got the entire uncut version of All That Jazz. Do you remember that movie from 1979 with Roy Scheider? One of my favorite movies of all time.
It actually was a really good movie.
I love that movie. I watched it a number of times, but I haven't watched it in 40 years, probably. Just never thought about it. And they had it uncut on YouTube, so I thought, well, hell, what the hell? And so I watched it, and God, I just love that movie. It's so good. It's very New York, incredibly New York. New York when New York was gritty and dirty and a lot more entertaining than whatever New York is now. But anyway, after I watched the movie, I did what you're talking about. I wonder what the reviews are now. What would it be? 46. Oh my God, 46 years later. What are the reviews now, and what do people think about it? The movie's about Bob Fosse, who's a real person, and all the reviewers were talking about how they'd researched the movie and read about it, and they gathered all this information, and then they watched the movie. And I thought, that's really a bad idea, and I'm sometimes guilty of that. And my new rule is, if you're going to go watch a movie, just go watch it. Maybe you'll see the trailers, but don't read about it ahead of time. Don't read the reviews ahead of time. Don't talk to people about it ahead of time, because you want to see it completely, what's the word?
Unbiased.
Unprepared even. Yeah, unbiased, unprepared. You got no idea what you're walking. Like I talked about walking into Pulp Fiction. Had no idea what you're walking into. And what happens, and you're like, holy cow, and you get blown away. If I'd read 20 reviews of it and, watched podcasts about it, I don't think I would have had this same experience.
Yeah, I mean, look, and the truth is that there are some movies, and we've talked about this in the past, there are some movies that are just cheesy as all get out.
Right.
But you like it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, there's something about it that you just love. There's a movie from late 80s. It's the man with one red shoe. It's got Tom Hanks. It's got Jim Belushi.
Yeah.
It's got Carrie Fisher. Yeah. It's got Dabney Coleman. It is a goofy, silly,
campy
spy thriller, and it's just great. I mean, I love it. I loved it when I first saw it. I've seen it probably, 20 times in my lifetime. I know everything about the movie, and, it's not necessarily quotable, but I just love the movie. And, another cheesy movie that I like, I've talked about before, is that Amy Adams Leap Year movie. Don't ask me why I like it. I just like it. And I know that the critics don't love it, and I understand why the critics don't love it. And if I were a critic, I would also have the same criticism.
Sure.
But some movies, for whatever reason, they hit that point with a particular viewer. And so, like last night's movie, it was terrible in so many respects, but there was a part of it that you wanted to watch the story. You wanted to see how it unfolded. There were some scenes that were well done and good, and you enjoyed it. And anyway, not that I'm going to watch My Year in Oxford again, but
you hadn't talked me into it.
No,
I have to say, you really.
But I would.
Really
I would watch Amy Adams again. I could watch Amy Adams all day long.
She's funny.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of acquired taste, for those who are not watching and are just listening, I'm wearing my brand new Neshoba County Fair T-shirt. I didn't go. I've never gone. I don't think I'm ever going to go.
Who went?
But a loyal listener heard us talking about the fair and was going, and brought back a T-shirt for you. Not one T-shirt for you and me. 2 T-shirts.
One
so
for
we don't
each.
have to share.
Yes. Well,
so I've got mine on. And
you've not told me who this listener is, but thank you to the listener for the great T-shirt.
Listener.
I do love it. Of course, Dave has his on.
Got mine on.
We have the Neshoba County Fair.
That
good.
was well done. I dig that.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I found out some of the things about the fair that really made me not want to go even more than I already don't want to go, due to for those who are not in Mississippi this past week, it was like a pizza oven outside.
Yes.
It was so damn hot.
Today it was actually nice.
Today was great. Yeah. But last week, while the fair, I think the fair is over now, and while the fair was going on, it was just murderous hot. And I found out, so that's a reason not to go, but I found out on Wednesday night, the ultimate reason not to go is they have something called the Neshoba County Fair Sing at night. Have you heard of this? Have we talked about this? Well, our anonymous, generous follower gave me the song sheet.
So you go around the cabin?
No, they all gathered together in one central melting pot, as it were.
Was this where I saw the video of the band on someone's house?
No. This is, they give you song sheets for such old time classics as the Little Brown Church in the Vale.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it? Okay. Number 38, Clementine.
I have heard of Clementine.
Okay.
So are we talking like, you'll be coming around the mountain? She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
I'll give it to you. In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, lived a miner 49er and his daughter, Clementine. Oh, my darling. And so you're sitting around with all these people with the song sheet, because I've never heard those words in my life.
Jim Crack Corn, I don't care.
All of
Jim
that.
Crack Corn, I don't care.
Let's see. It had to be you. Can you imagine standing around with 100 strangers and everybody singing, "It Had to Be You"?
Well, first of all, okay, the only way that you're doing that is you're
drunk.
You're
sure.
3 sheets to the wind.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Come on. Let's be serious. I mean, I can have a lot of fun.
When you're drunk, sure.
No, well,
I get it.
mean, yes, when I was drunk, but I've learned how to have just as equal amount of fun. But I can assure you this, I'm not having fun doing that.
How much ice cold whiskey would it take to get you out on the porch drinking or singing?
Now we did have. Now Sarah would kill me. We did have karaoke.
Kumbaya.
We did have karaoke one Christmas party night at a friend of ours' house, and we had the karaoke machine, and the wine was flowing. Sarah we had a blast. Sarah might have been overserved just a tad, and she was swinging the mic,
Who was it who did that? With the guy with the Who, wasn't it? The guy that would
Roger
swing
Daltrey.
Yeah, Roger Daltrey. Yeah.
So Sarah's swinging the mic. The mic may have broken.
Oh,
the tree may have gotten knocked into by someone. There may have been a little red wine spilt. But everyone was having a blast, and and I was just having a blast watching. I was not doing any karaoke, but.
Well, the other thing I didn't know about the Neshoba County Fair is they publish a newspaper, the Fair Times, which also I'm showing to you.
Nice. We have more than one copy?
Yeah, because it apparently comes out every day. Front page story, this is great. National Guard apologizes for incident. They're flying over Sunset Strip in Happy Hollow, whatever that means. And a rotor wash sent porch furniture flying and damaged cabins and automobiles and people.
Oh, I saw that video.
Yeah, porch furniture, fans, grills, and cornhole boards were scattered to the winds. That's funny.
One of my parents' sitters, her son was racing Friday in the chariot race.
Yes.
I don't know. I need to find out how he did. I don't know what the outcome was, but that's a pretty big deal. Have you ever seen it?
What's the charity race? Or the
chariot race.
They have
it's like a one-man buggy.
Yes.
That's
like a chariot?
That's strapped behind
Yeah, I mean,
the
they're
horse.
not,
No,
they don't have swords.
It's not like a Roman chariot. It's not like a Roman chariot, but it's like
You're
a one-man buggy, but
you're
strapped behind a horse.
You're being pulled in like a little chair with wheels, and you're being pulled by the horse, and you race other people around the track.
Yeah, you're not given a long whip to whip the horse, or you don't have any sides on the wheels so that you cut out the spokes of your. Although it would be more entertaining if you did, but they hadn't developed that innovation.
Yeah,
yet.
if we had the hubcaps like in Greece,
right? Yeah, exactly.
When
Paige.
Danny Zuko, got his, the Grease Lightning was just about to be torn up.
I don't want to admit that I ever saw that movie. Page 6A, this makes me think of you, Sean Guy.
Okay.
Young artist sells stained glass at the fair. 7-year Ivy Kate, Kait Copeland, set up her own booths. She made 70 pieces of stained glass and sold all but 5.
Yeah, good for her.
And she is
I don't do stained glass,
7 years
but-
old. No, you do poured glass, but
Fused, but
fused glass.
yes.
That's not the same thing as poured glass.
No.
Well, shucks. But
It's
that's
glass
pretty
work
impressive. And
nonetheless.
I'm looking at it in the background, and it actually, the kid's got a future.
I'm impressed.
So
good for her.
yeah, good for her. So that's the Neshoba County Fair. If it weren't hot as hell, have they thought about moving it to when it's not heat
No.
index of 112,
No.
or is that
It'll-
just part of the
That's part of it.
gist of
That's
it?
part of it.
Okay. Well,
So let's get to some national current events.
well.
SS.
Yeah. Let me start with a true-false question, because I'm going to bet that you did not keep up with the news right before you walked in this afternoon, this Sunday evening. True or false? Get ready. Federal district judge in Minnesota has issued a nationwide injunction against any broadcast or distribution of American Eagle jean ads with Sydney Sweeney or any other blonde-haired, blue-eyed model.
Shut up. Is that true? You've got to be kidding me.
I'm kidding.
You son of a bitch.
But it sounds like our current culture, does it not? That's how messed
the
up our culture is, that actually
You know
sounded
the craziest thing on the whole Sydney Sweeney deal? The craziest thing.
legit. I don't know, because there's so many.
There is a lot. But the craziest thing is Beyonce, within the last calendar year,
Mm.
had almost an identical photo shoot in blue jeans
Right?
with her hair
Yeah.
dyed blonde,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And not one person said one thing about
Yeah. I
how,
wonder why.
yeah, exactly.
How does Beyonce in blonde hair look compared to Sydney Sweeney in blonde hair? Is there a difference? Could you tell any difference
You
at
know,
all?
I'll tell you what it is. That is the victimization of America. That's exactly what that is. You do something and you have now hurt my feelings, and you have to change because my feelings are hurt. First of all, I mean, you do recovery lab, and as you know, as anyone in the recovering community knows, you have to take ownership of your own responsibility. I mean, you have to take responsibility of your own, whatever it may be. If something traumatized you, the solution isn't to go make the other person change their behavior. It's for you to do something to deal with yourself.
Yeah, but I can't be a hot 23-year-old blonde, buxom,
It's just stupid.
former porn star. I don't think I can do that, Sean.
Sydney Sweeney's not a porn star.
Never has been.
Oh, is that true?
She's not a porn star.
I thought she had been. Okay, well,
No.
good for her.
No,
Okay.
did you not see White Lotus season 2?
I swear I'm thinking of a different person.
Oh,
then.
you totally think of it.
Okay, well,
Sydney
good.
Sweeney
No.
is
I apologize.
she's a mainstream successful
I
actress,
thought
up and
she-
coming.
I thought she had been.
Did you
something else.
see that clip of her on the internet with she was
That's
at
the
a
very
shooting
next thing.
shooting range?
Yeah, she's got a shooting range and she's just killing it,
She's literally
which is infuriating people even more.
she's owning it. Well, I mean, the truth of the matter is that if you've got a problem with it, the problem isn't Sydney Sweeney. The problem is you. You're the problem.
Well, that's what you have to say.
It is.
But also in the past week, I see our friend the Coldplay guy is filing a lawsuit against Coldplay for invasion of privacy.
Okay,
So
well,
he didn't go to the recovery lab. I can see that.
We talked pre-show about how we don't really get into legal issues, being that we're two lawyers. But I will say this: first of all, that lawsuit has a 0 chance in hell at ever
Why is he filing
being
it?
victorious.
Why is he filing it?
I have no clue.
Well, I mean, you don't have a theory of what he hopes to accomplish with the lawsuit?
I mean,
I don't either.
Uh,
I really don't, because
you're a billionaire. You might be a half a billionaire now that you're getting divorced from your wife.
right.
But first of all, there's no reasonable expectation of privacy at a public event. I mean, you can't you can't show any poor intent.
Well, maybe it's
There's
because,
no duty that Chris Martin owed him.
Well, Chris Martin said something like they're either incredibly shy or they're having an affair.
So?
Okay, well, that's I don't know. I'm
what
looking for something to sue over.
What duty?
I don't know. Honestly,
is that a breach
you
of?
defamed him.
He didn't defame him. He didn't even know who he was.
It was true. Like we're defaming him now.
Well, first
we're
of all,
be joined as co-defendants.
Truth is an absolute defense. I mean, so again,
you can't prove they were having an affair. They were just holding each other closely.
Yeah,
maybe
right.
that's the route that he's going to go. Is I wasn't having an affair with her. Like
define affair, whatever.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to help the guy. I'm spitballing here, Sean.
He doesn't need any help.
All right. Well, speaking
that lawsuit will be dismissed.
Speaking
before
of
discovery is ever done.
People who refuse to take responsibility. Next on, and I didn't know we were going here, but next on that list, kudos to the Cincinnati, Ohio Police Department. Talk about refuse to take responsibility. They're supposed to be providing security at the jazz festival, whatever, and in a pretty egregious example of blame the victim, it is the people that got beat up. It's their fault because they got beat up, and we're going to try to do better by the people that did the beating, that they not feel like they have to administer beatings. Thus saith the Cincinnati Police Department.
Absolute insanity.
Welcome to America.
Right. I don't know. Is it? I mean, are we this way because of lawyers? I mean, in the sue culture that we've had for the last 30 years.
No,
I mean, that someone is always responsible for
Going back to the Sydney Sweeney thing, I think the importance of that story is suddenly there are cracks in the woke monolith, and people just aren't buying it anymore.
No, they're not. And a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, for sure, that ad would have been pulled immediately after the first TikTok video, and there would have been a complete, reversal, an apology. We're sorry that we've, been so insensitive to you. Please forgive us, and we'll promise to do better.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Someone pointed out the difference between the Jaguar ad campaign versus the Sydney Sweeney ad campaign. I mean, American Eagle.
God,
I
people
think
lost jobs over that Jaguar ad campaign. It was so bad.
Their sales plummeted like 98% or something. I mean, it was just crazy. They lost millions of dollars from their vehicles that they were trying to sell. I mean, the CEO stepped down, he got canned by the board. It was just a total absolute disaster of, wokeism gone wrong. And then you have Sydney Sweeney. They're like, we're not apologizing. As a matter of fact, we're going to double down, is what American Eagle did. Yeah. And you know what? Their jean sales have gone through the roof. Their stock price has gone through the roof. And, oh, by the way, now you have these liberal women on TikTok that have been going and buying their jeans and burning them. And American Eagle's like, we don't care.
That's fine, yeah.
Go buy some more jeans.
Yeah, they've made $300 million, roughly $300 million from the whole ad campaign, plus $65 million in free marketing from social media.
Oh, it's just blown up. Shocking. I wouldn't have thought it would have blown up like this, but people get offended, and now the entertainment and social media is watching people that are being totally ridiculous get offended. The first example of that I can remember is the Leave Britney Alone guy. Do you remember this guy who was like a theater kid? I mean, he was just, there's something wrong with this old boy. And he was like 16 or 17 years old. Leave Britney alone. And he was just sobbing and crying.
This was before she got out of her.
Oh, this is like 20 years ago. This is a long time ago.
Speaking of viral, I have to go into this.
Hmm.
We watched this weekend. Have you seen this new stuff on Netflix, like Trainwreck? And it's got
No.
like so there's a bunch of different short documentaries, like anywhere from 2 to 4 episodes. But it'll be like Trainwreck. It was Woodstock '99 or 1999 or whenever it was when the Woodstock they had all the fires.
I did see the
They
I
have
did
one
see
the
the
poop.
documentary
They
that
have
they
one
had
called
about that.
Trainwreck, the Poop Cruise, which I'm not
I saw
watching.
that. No, I did see that. I
I'm
saw
not
that one,
watching.
and I saw the Woodstock.
So
Woodstock 2 is what you're talking about, and the Poop Cruise. Saw
so
that one
they
too.
had a new one that came out this weekend. Okay, and it's about the Area 51 debacle that went down in like 2019, where the shit poster went on. Some 20-year-old kid went out there and just posted and said, we should storm Area 51. They
remember
can't
that.
shoot us all.
I remember that.
Okay, well, this made national headlines. I mean, the military, it was on Today's Show. It was everywhere. And of course, so it was really a well done documentary because they show how the guy, he's a vape kiosk salesman. He works at a mall at a kiosk,
but first
selling vapes.
Yeah, but first he had to take a year off
So
before he could go start that job.
He's 20 years old, and he posts something at like 3 a.m. in the morning, and then wakes up the next morning, and it has just gone completely viral. And it's like, I don't know. Eventually, we're like 3 million people claimed that they were going to, come storm. And so I don't know. Celebrities got in on it, and the memes had run amok.
Right.
And then, of course, someone was like, "Oh, you should have like a EDM, rave, concert, out there on the site." And of course, they tried to do it. It didn't really go anywhere. The biggest problem was the military was like, "Shit, we got a problem here." And according to the documentary, the military spent $11 million to, one, have additional security and to help go out there and press the word out there, hey, don't do this because you will be shot if you come on.
Because we'll kill you.
Yes.
Yes.
And so at the end, there were like, I don't know, 100 people that were actually outside one of the gates, and they all stormed for about 10 feet and then stopped.
Yeah.
And 3 a.m. in the morning.
Oh my God, what am I doing now?
Yes, but
It's like I'm going into the United States Capitol on January. For those people, there had to be a moment of, oh crap, how did I let myself get talked into this, man? I'm in Area 51. Those look like mighty big soldiers with. Those guns look like they're real.
Well, he had been watching the Joe Rogan, podcast, and Joe Rogan had this guy Jeremy Corbell on, who's a ufologist, which there's such a term. Someone that
What the hell's a ufologist?
It's like a geologist, but they're really experienced in all matters UFO, so they call themselves
like
ufologist.
Oh, I thought it was just somebody that went around finding nice terms for bad things.
Anyway.
Okay.
So
Danny got it. Danny got it. Thank you.
Well, anyway, you should
watch.
I'll
sign up for it.
If you watch the Poop Cruise, you can surely watch Area 51.
I was
very entertaining.
I was in a crowd when I watched the Poop Cruise, but honestly, I was entertained. So
yes.
Because another one was the people that went down on the little submersible and they had the game controller was
Titan?
I watched that. Yeah, and of course it imploded.
He was driving it with a effing like a PlayStation controller.
Right. What's the worst that can happen?
He fired engineers that said these materials,
not be a bad idea.
These materials are not going to withhold the pressure.
Yeah.
Or withstand the pressure. Crazy.
It did for a while.
Until it didn't.
In other things that didn't work out quite the way as was hoped, James Howells has given up the search. You know who James Howells is? This is a great story. I'm just going to read this one. Howells with an S. Howells, a computer engineer from South Wales, obviously in the UK. He was mining Bitcoin back in 2009, back when nobody really knew what Bitcoin was.
And he's worth $1 trillion.
And so he's mining Bitcoin. And in the summer of 2013, he mistakenly throws away a laptop hard drive.
I've heard about that.
Containing the private key for roughly 8,000 Bitcoin, which nowadays would be worth between $700 and $800 million. So that happened in 2013.
He's given up the search to find his.
So what happens is his office mate is cleaning out the office, and he just throws away how you can take a hard drive out, and he just thinks it's a piece of junk, and so he throws it out. So they've got a pretty good idea where it is. It's in the Newport, South Wales landfill,
and he's been searching. Landfill since 2009.
Since 2013 when it got thrown out, but it's beautiful because he's been using AI. He's been using drones. He has bought robots to excavate, try to pinpoint where it would be and excavate. Apparently, this is a pretty big landfill. He offered to share 25% of recovered bitcoins with the Newport City. Maybe if it had been Bitporn, he would have had success. But and then he said, you know what? Let me just buy the entire landfill for $700 million. I'll just buy the damn landfill, and eventually I'll find it myself. And they said, no, there's environmental risk. God only knows what's in there, and you're just going to turn it all up, and we're all going to get infected. And so he appealed all the way to whatever the Supreme Court of the UK
Did he have the money to buy the landfill?
I'm sure investors would have been there for him if they would have said yes. He appealed all the way to the British Supreme Court, whatever that is, and they said no. You have no right to buy a landfill if they don't want to sell it to you. So
they wouldn't give him unfettered access.
No,
to just search?
No, because of all the environmental problems with it, with turning up, 50 years worth of garbage or whatever it would be.
Yeah. And
so
meanwhile,
SOL.
You have some South Wales landfill employee
right.
who's got the damn thing shoved in his back pocket. He's like, look at what I got.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what.
I'm going to wait.
I mean, that's the one. That place should be more guarded than Area 51. With people trying to get in and looking for a hard drive, a $700 million hard drive. I don't know why you and I aren't on a plane out there right now looking for that thing.
Yes, other than my wife would definitely divorce me if I told her I was going half round.
No, she'd definitely divorce you if you found it. What does she need you for anymore?
You're doing what?
You're doing what? Anyway, in completely other news, is it just me, or is your algorithm sending you all the college football hype videos now? I am getting so much Tiger, and it's like, the first 2 or 3 were okay, but I'm getting all these Tiger Stadium hype.
But I always get
whatever.
I always get a bunch of Ole Miss stuff, but I did see. Ole Miss got ranked preseason 11th. What did LSU get ranked?
I have no idea. It's kind of like the conversation that I have with the summer football magazines that come out, and they never say anybody's going to be bad.
Well,
it's
right.
always it's going to be a challenging season.
As a matter of fact, I saw some guy saying how State was going to be 4-0 to start the season, and that things were looking up with their new coach, and they were on the right path.
Well, look, they went 2-10 last year. Surely things are looking up. I'm not dumping on State. I wish them the best. They're starting off from a deep hole from last year. Who in the heck crashed that program that bad so that it's in the condition it's in. I don't even know who is to be held responsible for it.
It's got to be somebody.
Got to be somebody, and they need to be taken into account. I pulled the season for Ole Miss, speaking of predictions and how you're going to do, and I thought it'd be interesting to see what your game-by-game predictions are for the end of the year. I mean, for the season. So, without further ado, your first game is August 30 versus Georgia State. Beat Tennessee at Tennessee maybe 5 or 6 years ago. You may remember.
We're beating them.
That's a W. Okay. Same day, LSU is at Clemson. LSU's going to win that game. Feel great about it. Even though Brian Kelly always loses his first game at Clemson. Even though Brian Kelly always loses the first game of the season. Like last year, we lost to USC that finished the season 6-6. Thank you, Brian Kelly.
That's a tough place to play.
It's a tough place, but we always win at Death Valley, so I feel good. The Tigers win at Death Valley.
Even
that's
if
going
it's
to
their
happen.
Death Valley.
That's good. That's right.
I wish you luck. It's going to be a good game.
Won't need it. Now here's the horror game for Ole Miss next week after the Georgia State win.
It's a terrible team.
Is at Kentucky. Oh, Kentucky. Kentucky did pretty well in Oxford last year. Is that going to be a win?
Yes, 100%.
100%. Wow. Okay.
They have an axe to grind, in my opinion.
Oh, Ole Miss has an axe to grind. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a sad state of affairs when you've got an axe to grind against the Kentucky Wildcats. And
I'm sure some of the dumbass Kentucky Wildcats will put some bulletin board material up on there. I mean, why would you do that? But yes.
Well, in the meantime, LSU will be playing Louisiana Tech in Baton Rouge. Feels like a W. So I'm good about it. So we'll be 2-0 to start our season. That's not 4-0 like State, but it's something. All right, September 13. Ole Miss at home versus Arkansas.
Win.
Arkansas can be tough. Oh, that's another win. Yes. Okay, Arkansas is another win for you. Meanwhile, a real SEC game.
I think Ole Miss and LSU will be undefeated when they play at the end of September.
Well, September 13, while you're playing Arkansas, LSU is at home against Florida. And remember, Florida ended their season last year beating LSU.
Ole Miss and LSU.
No, it was terrible.
Yes.
So kind of like you said, revenge game.
Yes.
It's at home. Feel like LSU is going to win that game.
I agree.
And then your next week, you are at home against September 20, Tulane. Feels like a win.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a win. And we're playing Southeastern Louisiana.
I think both teams will be 4-0 going into that game.
So both teams are 4-0 going into the September 27 LSU at Ole Miss. It's got to be the game of the week. Right now, the kickoff window, they're on flex time. They're either the 2:30 ESPN game or the 5 o'clock or the 7 o'clock. They just can't make up their mind.
Well,
surely it's got to be a night game.
There was so much bitching last year, and rightly so, by Ole Miss, Keith Carter, as well as Lane Kiffin, why ESPN would not give us a effing night game.
Right.
And
I hadn't noticed that, but that's true. They played a lot of day games last year.
Yes, and they were very vocal about it. I mean, publicly on Twitter, on interviews, raising all kinds of hell about it. I would be shocked if that game is not a night game.
I'm praying for it to be a night game because it's still a little warm in Oxford. Even though it'll be the end of September.
Look, September, I don't care what week it is in September. September,
a little warm
in Mississippi on a Saturday at a football game, you're going to be sweating your ass off.
There it is.
Yes.
And some of us will be pretty well
and
lubricated
honestly,
too.
That game could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, I'm pulling for Ole Miss. You're pulling for LSU, but I think that game is going to be. I think it's going to be one of the best games of the year.
Yeah. So I think we both agree LSU is going to win that game. LSU will be 5-0. Ole Miss will be, 4-1. Won't be bad. I assume you agree with me, yeah?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Sure.
October 4, both teams are off. Both teams are have their first bye week. And then here's a head scratcher. After the bye game, Ole Miss is playing Washington State. Really?
Winner.
In Oxford?
Yes.
How? Okay.
Well, remember, Wake Forest canceled their series on us.
Oh, well, I completely forgot that. Okay, well, that's a good pickup. That's a Pac-10. I don't even know what the Pac-10 is even. When Texas State is in the Pac-10, I don't know what that conference is. But, okay, you feel like you're getting the dub against Washington State.
Yeah, I do. Of course, they sometimes they can have a good team. I honestly don't know where they are. I don't see them coming down here and beating us.
Well, Kentucky was your game of controversy last year, I will say. And our game of controversy last year was South Carolina, which is the game that LSU managed to lose and win all on the same play.
Did y'all go there or did they come?
LSU was this was
we went to South Carolina last year. They come to Oxford this year.
Well, I'm talking about LSU hosts South Carolina after the bye week. And last year, LSU went to South Carolina, pretty much lost the game, came back, and then the refs absolutely bailed them out.
Oh, that's right.
Absolutely bad.
Yes,
the South Carolina fans were ready to kill
their coach
somebody.
Just was, he was all over the news.
Crazy.
Yes, that's right.
And some of us who were a little more honest than others say we just got lucky, and sometimes it
y'all
happens.
100% should have lost that game, but you did get the win.
We got the win, baby. And so South Carolina gets their chance to have some revenge, and so that's October 11.
I would be shocked if that's not a night game.
No,
shocked.
that is in the SEC game kickoff window. It's going to be either the 11 a.m. or the noon game.
Really?
Which, that sucks. In Baton Rouge.
Huh.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. All right, so
I'm shocked.
So that'll be no way LSU goes to sleep again. So 6-0 after that. Ole Miss is 5-1. You said Washington State's a dub.
Yes.
Okay, so you're 5-1, and here's one of the. Okay, you've already played the LSU game. Now, after beating Washington State, you go to Athens, Georgia.
I have to say, I think that's a loss.
That's a loss. I'm thinking about going to that game. I'm thinking that's going to be. I've never been to. I can't remember the name of the stadium.
You're going to go see Ole Miss in Georgia?
I think I am. It because for
good luck
me
getting a ticket.
Oh, that's why God created StubHub. I won't have any trouble
Touché.
getting a ticket.
You're just going to pay out the ass for it.
Well, that will be a good game to go to. Like I paid to go to the Ole Miss Tennessee game, and one of the best games I've ever paid to go see.
I mean, look, Kirby Smart has had that game circled on his calendar since Sunday morning last year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, 100%.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that Ole Miss can't win. I think
it's going to be hard.
in terms of our overall schedule, I think we're either 10-2 or 11-1.
Okay. Let's see. LSU will be playing at Vanderbilt, so I'm going to go ahead and give them the win on that one. And that's October 18. And then you're back-to-back away games. First it's Georgia, and then you're going to Norman, Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's your toughest 2-week part of the whole entire schedule.
Well, and then you're home against South Carolina, which who knows what South Carolina is going to have. But Oklahoma shockingly went like 6-6 last year, as I recall.
Well, and of course, there's all these prognosticators that are saying they're a top 10 team this year.
So you're calling that a win?
I don't know. That's going to be a tough one.
All right. Well, you're LSU,
we've never
Georgia,
been-
and
we've never-
Oklahoma. That's 3 losses right there. That's bad. Okay, well, our October 25 is at home versus Texas A&M. Thank God, because the good karma that we had with the South Carolina referees, every time LSU plays in College Station, the refs absolutely murder us. There are 2 places where the refs kill us, Alabama and College Station. I mean, we just can't catch a break. You remember that 7 overtime game? I actually turned the TV off and went to bed because I was like, the refs are totally in control. Like God's got this, the refs got this. So, but since it's at LSU, that'll be a win. So that's great. And then you've got South Carolina. Surely you're going to call that a win.
Yes.
Okay, and we've got a bye, so we'll.
I mean, of course,
we'll probably win
Lenore
that.
Sellers. He's already getting some preseason
He was so good last year.
hype
Yeah.
for Heisman.
Yeah, so good. And then you've got the Citadel. I'm going to go ahead and give you the win on that. And then you were at home versus Florida. Now I just don't know if Florida could be good this year. Florida could
We're
be
beating
real
Florida
good this
and
year.
State.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're just going to take that. Yeah. And we're finishing up the season after our bye game and after the win versus Texas A&M and the bye game. We go to Tuscaloosa. That's a win. And Western Kentucky and at Oklahoma. Those are both wins. So
y'all have to go to Oklahoma too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ole Miss and LSU has some similar schedules
They
this year.
yeah, they really do. Y'all
We've got Oklahoma, Florida, South Carolina. Y'all don't go to Georgia. Y'all don't play Georgia. But y'all have Alabama.
Yeah, we've got Alabama and you've got Georgia.
And both are on the
pretty much
road.
And you've got Mississippi State and we don't. So, go figure. And we both have South Carolina.
Yeah.
The conference is too big, let's face it.
It really is. I mean, I hate to say it, but it is. Oh, well.
Well, it is today is August the 3rd, and I looked it up because I thought
go ahead and finish.
when the actual college football season starts 3 Saturdays from yesterday, so we're 20 days away.
What do you think LSU is going to be this year? What's
12
your
and
overall?
12-0.
You think they're going to be 12-0?
I think they're going to run the table and win the national championship, and they're going to go the
Better mark
distance.
that up, Danny.
Mark it up. Mark it up. Yeah.
I mean, Nussmeier's already claimed that y'all are winning the Natty.
Yeah, I think he's right. The only question that our team has is the offensive line is kind of new and untried, and that's a pretty big if. But if they can make the offensive line work, they've got one of the best wide receiver cores in the country. Nussmeier is a top 5 quarterback, and the defense is finally tightening up after a couple of really bad seasons.
Look,
I think they're going to go
I'll
the
give you this
distance.
about Nussmeier. He can play, but he is good for a shitty game every year. I mean,
Well, it'll be at home against South Carolina.
I mean, am I wrong? I mean, he is.
If there's, they just sleptwalk through that game, and if they lose any game, if I knew if that fate decreed that they had to lose a game, I'd want them to lose it to South Carolina just so that they could get a little karma. But anyway, yeah, I know this game is close to your heart. It's the Iowa State versus Kansas State is the first game of the season, and it's near and dear to your heart because it's a college football classic in Dublin, Ireland. And I know that's near and dear to your heart because last year that led to the greatest soap opera of the season. We call it the Red Solo Cup. Florida State.
Was that where 3-2-1? No,
That's where our boy became famous, and we talked about it every week for the next 12 weeks.
I actually had a tweet that had a bunch of interaction earlier this week talking about 3-2-1 Noel, and essentially, I believe that 3-2-1 Noel is really the alter ego of Danny Cannell.
You're wrong for saying that.
And you talk about victimization of America. Danny Cannell is the biggest victim in the entire football world.
For people who don't
college
know,
and professional.
for people who don't know, you've got to give the short version of the Danny Cannell story.
Well, I mean, which story do you want? Danny Cannell played football for Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
He sucked as a pro. He was on some very talented teams with Florida State, surrounded by
With Florida State, that's right. Yeah.
Surrounded by, just 5-star talent all over the board when he played. But this guy, he is on a mission every week to blame the SEC, blame the Big Ten, blame the Pac.
Yeah, throwing his players under the bus was his stock and trade.
Yeah, look, this guy, everyone sucks, and Florida State is the best, and anyone who doesn't support that is an idiot, and they don't understand. And if Florida State ever loses, it's never, ever Florida State's fault.
It's like an LSU guy, isn't it?
It is worse. That guy is. I wish. Every time I follow him, and I just wish he would respond to me on Twitter, because every week when he is given some stupid excuse for why Florida State sucks, I say something. Of course, he won't respond.
Well, we'll be watching Florida State. I need an update. If you're not going to go watch F1, I need an update on, did the Red Solo guy, did he ever come through on the pledge? I'm sure the answer is no.
So Peter Burns, who's
still alive,
who's a national sports guy, he actually, I was responding to Peter Burns' tweet, and he was the one that had brought up 321 Noel. Where is he? Has he resurfaced? No, I don't think he has.
He's not full of crap, I can tell you that. Anyway, that's a dad joke number 2.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks to everybody
on that bombshell.
On that bombshell. Look, just 20 days until Christmas starts, as far as I'm concerned. And we'll see y'all on the next time.
All right.